Hello and welcome to another Wraggy Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Tonight with our good friend from Carlisle, the king of the supermarket getting his beers first, Mr. Greg Boolman from Boolman's Beer Reviews.
How do?
And tonight we're reviewing a cracker of a beer. So this came out last Saturday. I didn't think I was going to get one because of the bloody rain. And my gardening was held off. So I managed to get one. Greg managed to get one. And 13.5% now. I don't know. Greg will know a lot more about. And good evening, Bolton, Kevin, Andy, Luke, Phil, Craig. Beer Reviews, Craig. Aaron, Burn Buildings, Nagan. Good evening, everyone. It's a bit more awkward on StreamYard than it is on normal, especially when there's two of you. When you're on your own, it's different. So it's a rum barrel aged 13.5% collaboration brew with Emporers Brewery. Have you had any Emporers Brewery before? Because I've not.
I've only had a collab with Nerd Brewing, You're the Condition, and it's the best stout I've ever had in my life, mate. So I'm really looking forward to this. But I've got a one for that they've done a collab with Brew York for their birthday as well. They just seem to do Imperial Stout, so I'm really looking forward to this one, mate.
What I noticed, I went on his website earlier, and it's nothing. It's just like it just says Emperor's Brewery. It's got a picture of a cottage, a farmyard cottage or something, and that's it. And that's all you see. My camera and so I bent it down too much. That's better.
Yeah, they don't seem to get any releases out, so they're really hard to find. So they are. When you do get one, you've got to jump on it. So I think we've done well to get this one.
I mean, I remember Liquid Light last year. Interstellar Galactic Woman Raisin Stout was £13 a bottle or can, whatever it was. It went on sale at 7 o'clock. I went on at 20 past thinking, I'll get a beer. 4 minutes past 7, 700 bottles or cans had sold out at 13 quid each. Wow.
Crazy.
It's like the Imperial Catholic chocolate again. And
yeah.
Yeah, well, that was the battle.
Yeah.
But I've tasted Interstellar Galactic Woman Raisin. It's probably the best stout I've ever tasted in my life. And that was at a beer festival. So I'm looking forward to this. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, should be good. Should be good.
Right. Crack it open, mate.
Yeah, why not?
And good afternoon also, Liam, Beer and Building Tad. And first day of the day. Wow.
It's pouring like engine oil, mate.
It's really thick. Oh. Like a proper Imperial Stout, though.
Yeah.
Darkness, neon
looks
black,
apart, doesn't it?
little tan head.
Yep.
Boozy aroma from here, 2 feet away. Oh, that smells absolutely gorgeous.
It's big on the booze, isn't it?
Yeah, boozy. Definitely getting vanilla. 13.5% for the ABV, everyone in the background.
I'm getting I'm getting like a red currant in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that vanilla's there as well, but it's quite subtle though, I think, for me. But I think you can really smell the rum coming through though.
Yeah, definitely the rum. It's so really prevalent.
Oh, it smells apart.
Slurpee a ring. Oh, one to apologise. Hey! The double ring. You can't beat that, can you, Slurp? And Geordie, welcome. Oh. I struggle with some flavours, and I watch other beer reviews. What they get, sometimes I don't get. Then I get something they don't get. I suppose that's the thing with being beer reviewers. You get what you get.
Oh, that's nice.
It's one of them you need to take it slowly, enjoy it, let the air get to it, let it breathe. Let's be fair, like a nice fine bottle of wine, you've got to let the air get to it. My camera is a bit different. See my
Oh, it's lovely. Very boozy.
Oh, it is. That's 13.5%.
Put you on your ass, mate.
Craig's just put down Greg is straight in there. Yeah.
Nah,
Like
no
the,
messing. No messing.
bit like snake venom yesterday.
Yeah.
It's
So much nicer than snake venom, that.
oh God. Could you imagine a snake venom with that taste, that booze? Tasting like this, but 67%.
Yeah. Oh, that's just cracking.
Now I get a hint of nuts in this. I don't know what it is with me about the nuts.
Are you eating dry roasted before you come out or something?
No.
I'm getting a lot of rum flavours. It tastes to me like one of those golden rums you get from the Caribbean.
Oh, yeah.
But then you get a little bit of vanilla after it. The vanilla for me is quite subtle. It's really the barrel's the big flavour for me on that. Like,
Yeah, that rum, it really gets you. It's amazing how the rum from the barrel grows into the beer. And obviously they used vanilla pods over vanilla pods or something. I'm sure that's what I bet.
yeah.
What an amazing! It just looks amazing. No wonder that Emperor's Brewery has got such a name, and they're so people go for them so much. Good evening, Travel and Brews, Chris M, and Mr. Goathead's on as well, under the name Dave Fell tonight. His proper name, bless him.
They're all in.
33 live. Good evening, everyone in the background. This is special. It's a Nottinghamshire Leicester collaboration. And well done to Leicester today. From a Nottingham Forest fan, well done. I've only just found out
very well.
Somebody posted it there. Is it sweet? Some stouts get a bit sweet.
I don't think it's too sweet. Slightly sweet, but you just can't get away from that big booze. It's a sipper, like.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to neck it, would you? You want to enjoy. Let the air get to it, let it breathe. Wow. And on the head as well. Oh. Yeah, first one of the day as well. So it's going down a tree.
And it's not like you've got any small ones to follow afterwards, like.
No, I'm doing North 1 versus North 2.
Defo red card tonight.
Yeah, Bollikins are coming.
Yeah.
The wife's busy with Kate, so I'm all good. Well, for the moment, anyway. But when I walk up the house steaming, she'll she won't be too happy.
Aye, that'll be you on the sofa tonight.
That live tonight.
Yeah, getting your ass tanned later.
I'm very good at hiding it until I open my mouth and talk. And then it's like, yeah, she knows. As soon as you start slurring your words, that's it. You probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they've got the knack. They know when you're pissed. You can't hide it, mate.
Move that out of the way because I can see on that screen. All I can see is my bottle. Now, Bolton's asking, is there a raisin element in it? No.
Nah.
It's not like the woman raisin from the Emperor Brewery and Liquid Light do.
It's
vanilla. I'm still not getting the red currant though, for me personally.
No, I got it on the nose. It's not coming out in the flavour. Flavour for me is predominantly rum. The vanilla is a little bit lost, but that's not hiding from it being a very, very good beer. I prefer the one that I had that they did with Nerd Brewing, but no, it's still a very good beer, this.
And at 10 quid, I don't think that's a bad price, really, for that sort of stout. I mean, you're going to be paying more, just, than some of these, but
yeah,
it's good. And it's straight to my head. Wow. Absolutely straight to the head.
The thing you've got to remember as well is... Sorry, mate. The thing you've got to remember as well is, though, is with it being barrel aged, you know, it's taking up a lot of storage. So you're paying for that as well. You know, I think this beer has been out before, and I think it came out last year, and now they've brought it out again. So obviously the price is going to increase because it's had 12 months in the barrel on it. So you're not selling anything else while that barrel's sat there. So
no,
yeah, but I think it's a fair price for what it is. I totally get there'll be a lot of folk who'll be like saying, "No, I'm not paying a tenner for a bottle," but it's a very nice treat beer.
And you've got to, haven't you? I mean, look at that. You can see the film on the.
Yeah.
It's got legs on it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
As the Sainsbury's, when I went on a Sainsbury's course, and he swirled the glass around, he said, "Look at the film on the inside. That's got legs on it." I'm like, "What's this leg business?" But obviously, at that time, I didn't know anything about spirits or anything. But it's a nice looking pour. Yeah, it was a tenner, Tad. Yeah. So Slurp is asking, how was your season out of 10, Greg?
Oh, I'm going to give it a 6.5 because the first half of the season we were going to win the league, and then COVID rattled us. We didn't play a game for 6 weeks, and then we finished 10th. If COVID didn't hit us, I genuinely think Carlisle would have got promoted last season. So, but we finished the season before that. We finished 18th, so it's an improvement. So I'm going to go 6.5, but it should have been a 10. But I can't complain. They gave it their all. So yeah.
Now, in the house tonight, in the chat, you may notice someone, a fella called Paul Weir. That's how, if I pronounce it wrong, I'm crap at pronouncing. This fella actually works at Castle Rock Brewing.
Oh, very good.
And he's headed. Now, your opinion on this will be interesting, guys. My opinion, boozy nose, straight away, rum, and there's a hint of vanilla for me. Greg got bit of red currant on the nose and more rum and a very subtle vanilla so far, at least. Let the air get to it though. Slurpy's bottled his head cracker today. Beer and Buildings definitely makes sense to pay premium for a barrel aged beer.
Yeah,
I agree. You know, sometimes for beers, when I look at some of the supermarket IPAs that I've reviewed this week, they just wasn't interested. And to get something decent, a treat there, it's nice. I've moved my glass off the way so you can actually see my face now. Lovely looking pour. So for everybody just coming in, I pronounced it correctly. Cheers, mate. So for everyone who's just in, there are now 41 people on live. And welcome to everyone in the background and obviously commenting. So obviously it's a black pour, a nice dark tan head. Looks a beauty when you swill it around. It really is.
I'm spilling on the bloody table.
It's 13.5%. Collaboration between Castle Rock Brewery out of Nottingham, Meadows in Nottingham area, and Emporers Brewery, Darth Damien from Emporers Brewery, possibly the king of stout, maybe. Right. Oh, let's have some more. Get a slurping, Wraggy. You're slow. Oh, yeah, I'm on it. Jesus.
Well, Eddie. I'm flying now. Yeah, I'm getting through it now. I've got the taste for it.
This is the sort of beer you don't want to be drinking in a pub, because if you had a pint of this, you'd be halfway down and you'd know it. I mean, I've drank a beer in a Castle Rock pub. Honestly, this was bread and bitter on Mapley Top. It's a Castle Rock pub, and it was a cherry beer. It's something definitely like 9%. And I drank a pint of it, and halfway down, I'm steaming as I'm going down the pint. And this was in the days where I couldn't really drink a lot.
Yeah,
still got that. I think so.
I'm getting so I'll be topping up the glass with some leftover snake venom. I tell you, I won't be. There's no chance. Absolutely no chance.
I'm glad you've got the comments as well. It's nice to see the comments.
Yeah. So what's your favourite Castle Rock beer then, Wraggy?
Ooh. On cask, Harvest Pale.
Right.
Harvest Pale, the champion beer of Britain in 2010.
Yeah.
A stunning. Well, is it blonde?
I've never had it.
Blonde? You've never had Harvest Pale?
No. I had a look on Untapped before I came on today. I haven't had many, to be honest. I've had Elsie Moore.
That's great.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I had Phoenix Red, I think it was called. And
I've never even had that.
And I've had a one called, I think it was called Wheel of Fortune. They seem to have done a few in the past for the Wetherspoons festivals, I think, because I think that's where I've had most of the Castle Rock beers that I've had. We don't seem to see a lot of them up in Carlisle, or if they do, I've missed them. So, but what I've had has been very good.
I mean, in Nottingham, I've had a fair few. Obviously, some I can't even remember because I was drunk. But at Robin Hood Beer Festival, the last beer festival at the Castle, there was a Castle Brewery tent with their Harvest Pale, Screech Owl, and them sort of beers. But then there was another tent. There was like a metal cabin thing, and it was their experimental brews. Paul will probably know more than me. I think there was about 10 experimental brews in this like porter cabin type thing. If that's what it was. I was steaming, so I wouldn't really know. I remember them being there. And but for me, one of their best beers you don't get anymore was Kiss Me Kate, and it was for Prince William and Kate's wedding. Right. It was it was in Morrison's. Stunning beer though, stunning. And hopefully it'll get a rebrew.
Good.
Just recently, they obviously, like a lot of companies, they've had to diversify and bring stuff into using Attic Brew Company out of Birmingham. They've brought out a lot of canned beers, Seeper, Vermont, what's one called Simcoe Session. There's been quite a few, and they brought out a 10-year Harvest Pale DIPA. I did not get that bottle. You know, sometimes you struggle because I'm working on a Saturday. I struggle to get to the pop-up markets, and it's a killer. And sometimes I think that possibly they may have underestimated their desire to have their beer. And if there's anything I would say is brew more. I understand there's a cost element to brewing beer in bottles. In cask, it's a hell of a lot cheaper. So you brew it into a barrel or a cask, it's 10 times cheaper than putting it in a bottle or can. So I understand that, you know.
There's a few comments about when my Brunton Park Cal United's ground was a swimming pool, because we've been underwater twice. Our our city's been flooded. I think it was 2005 and 3 years ago, was it? I think we flooded. So it's it hit my parents' house, and it went about four steps up on the stairs. It went over, the water got in the house that high, it went over the top of the oven.
Wow. And this is a lot of this is down to the governments and local governments not looking after their waterways and dredging canals and rivers and making it, because they fill up with mud. You know, because leaves rot down, cars rot down. Well, don't rot down, but you know what I mean. They all fill it up, and that's just maintenance, and it's the same with gardening and that. You've
never seen out like it, because when Carlisle flooded, I mean, like I say, we flooded twice. I was living at home with my mum and dad at the time when we flooded the first time, and I'd moved out the second time the house flooded. But when the way the water comes into your house, you can see it like coming out of the drains, and then you can see the pavement is it just looks like a river in front of your house. And then the water was getting closer and closer, and you're thinking, right, you start putting sandbags and things down at the door to try and stop it. But then it kind of gets in under the vents, and then you just feel the carpet, and you can just see it coming like this, and then all this shite coming out from the water underneath you. It literally, you think it's going to come from outside, but it comes from like blowing up. It's a very strange experience when you're in the middle of a flood. Trust me.
So Paul from Castle Rock, he said, I think it was supposed to be Hope. So Hope I'm allowed to say, but we will be brewing a special edition of Brian Clough beer for England's participation in the Euros. That sounds amazing.
Very good. Very good.
Can't wait for
Very
that.
good.
I'll just scroll up because there was a comment Paul also made. And it's nice to have a bit of Castle Rock interaction because, Traffic Street range. It was the Traffic Street range. Right, let me put something different on. Slurpee's put down, bet you are exhausted, Chris. What's that about? I drove around Carlisle when it was flooded, going the tyre place. Exhausted.
The jokes don't get any better, do they?
He's a good bloke, though.
Oh, yeah. So, I think he got about... go on. Are you scoring it, are you?
I need to catch up with you. So, North Star 1 and 2, Samuel. Here we go. Let me click on your comment. That's easy. It's easier that way. Is it North Star 1 or 2 tonight? It's both. Yeah. I'm going for the bollocking. Yeah, I don't mess. And we have another celebrity in the chat, Matt Ellis. Now, Matt Ellis, we may have all bought some beers from him because Matt Ellis is the man behind Low Cost Beer, Smiling Grape Company.
Very good.
Good tea maker. And this is a wobbly dark beer. Yeah, I'll just put that on. Oh, wrong one. There we go. That looks a wobbly dark beer. Yeah, 13.5%. Very boozy, rum, hint of vanilla. And I tell you what, it's hitting me. Terrific. And I just realised I've not plugged in my charger. Plug my charger in. Hey, schoolboy error. Oh, God, if I hit the glass then I'll be crying.
Double red card. Tad's thinking tonight. I've already got my bases covered, so I think I'll be okay. But I can't speak for Wraggy.
So here we go. Being a Scotsman, I did suggest we brew a Scottish beer for the Euros. Laughed at me. I think they ought to, you know. I mean, I've got to be fair. There's a lot of decent beers in Scotland.
Wraggy, it would be a good beer if it was 1% for every year since I've last been in a tournament. It'd be about a 20%.
That'd be something, wouldn't it? It always surprises me. With our national teams, England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, but we've got great players in our teams. And, you know, it's all about the manager gelling that team. What Brian Clough did for Nottingham Forest was gel a team. He gelled a team. That team won League One. And then they started buying in big players. But we won League One back-to-back Euros, i.e. Champions League. You know, and that sort of thing, I don't think you'll ever see again. Leicester did it the other year. They did well by winning the league. Let's be fair, they did.
Oh, yeah.
But will any manager be able to gel a team just out of pure talent rather than money?
Because
if you do it in the lottery, go on, I'll let you go.
I look at that England team. I look at that England team now, and you look at the talent that they've got in it, especially in midfield with some of the young boys coming through, like the likes of Phil Foden and Jack Grealish and Mason Mount. And you can't help but think that at some point, if it's not this year, we are going to win a tournament. I'm fortunate to be a young one. I missed 66, you know, but I still do believe that we are going to win a tournament in my lifetime. I just think I just look at them players and I think there's no way they can't. They're just so talented. And the fact that we've got 2 teams in the Champions League now in the final, we're playing in the best league. We have to win one at some point. We can't keep getting knocked out in the quarterfinals. We're going to do it, aren't we, Wraggy? Yeah, we're going to win it this year.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? I mean, I do believe that Gareth Southgate is the best manager we've had for a long while. He's English. He understands that youth needs to prevail.
Yeah. I mean, he's a little bit too defensive for me sometimes, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was at Fort Park in 2018. Was it the World Cup? I think it was. When we were playing Sweden. And we was in Fort Park, me and the wife and the kid, the little one. And there's a dome. If anybody's been to Fort Park, there's a dome in Fort Park in the centre. And that dome was filled. There was about 5,000 of us. No social distance. No, that's 5,000. One does apologise for swearing. No social distance. Obviously.
Apologies to the kids in the background.
Yeah. There was at least 5,000 of us. And I tell you, the atmosphere, I was in tears because the atmosphere, it was so emotional. And when we beat them, Jesus Christ, everyone was hugging everybody. And I tell you what, it was one of the best moments. As a football fan, as a fan of England, and a fan of football even, watching that, it's like, God, this is what football. This is how it should be.
Totally.
And the referees in that cup did us a favour because every time Harry, I can't remember his name now. Tottenham. Yeah. Every time he got fouled, the refs sorted it out. They stopped the dirty tactics. For me, that's got to happen. Stop all the dirty tactics. Make the best players footballers. The likes of Neymar, who are one of the world's best footballers. But they have to do the dirty stuff. Stop the dirty stuff.
Yeah.
Use your talent to win a game, and that's it. None of this rubbish. None of this rubbish where they do the dirty stuff. There's no need for it. Use your talent.
Yeah.
Whoa! I better crack on and get down. So I think everyone's chatting to themselves. 138 watching. I don't think so. There's actually 35.
Give over.
Yeah.
Slurpee must have had a few. He must be seeing triple.
It's good. What I found with StreamYard, and obviously at some stage you'll be doing the same. I've only recently been able to use this computer to access it. And, both me and you are on a journey. I mean, I've been doing beer reviews for nearly 3 years, but only in the last year. Only in the last year, like you, you're a year old in your beer reviews. And basically, in reality, the community only knew about me, but I suppose from 6 months ago, really.
Yeah, I watched you first, I think about maybe 10 months ago. When I started doing the beer reviews, I was already. I mean, I've watched beer reviews for a long time. I was watching before I did it. I was watching Kent beer reviews. I was watching Harry and Rob, and I was watching Peter, and I was watching Simon. So I was aware of those channels and Northern Southerner. And then it was lockdown boredom, and I was like, I'd thought about doing it for a while, and I was watching a review that Dean did, and Dean shouted out a few new beer reviewers. So I started watching their reviews, and I thought, and they were giving it a go, and they were doing really well, and I thought, that gave me the confidence to say that if somebody who's been doing it for a long time is willing to let other people, and give them a shout out. So I thought, I'll give it a go. So I did it, and I just did it out of like I say, sheer boredom, and it's just kind of grew and grew, and it just became a hobby, and I really enjoy it. It's the interacting. I ain't bothered about whether I get a million likes or whoever watches my channel. But it's just nice when you see the same people coming back and putting the comments in and having that interaction with people. It's really, really good. And that's, and you know, it's probably been one of the things that's got me through this whole lockdown thing. So and so like I say, when I started doing it, I just started like watching other reviewers just to see how they did it. So it was I think it was about 10 months ago. It must have been the summer, because I think one of the early ones I seen of yours, Wraggy, you must have been out in the garden, because I think you'd done about 17 reviews one day in your forest top in the garden, and I thought, blimey heck, he's putting the numbers in.
It was a nice year last year, to be fair. And, you know, Dean, let's be fair, Craig, for some reason, Craig is one of the best reviewers on the internet. You know, make no mistakes about it. You know, he's very humble. He doesn't realise he actually gets the beer better than most people. Now, Dean, he also is one of the best. And with Dean, he came to me in my early days, and I was like, this bloke's got like 1,500 subscribers or something. I thought, Jesus Christ. And I watched a few of his reviews, and I thought, I can't, you know, I was absolutely scared stiff to go anywhere near. Good evening, John. And I was absolutely scared stiff to go near. And then I went through a lot of issues. And and you know, nowadays it's like you look at the new beer reviewers and you think to yourselves, especially if they're from your area, and you think to yourselves, let's give these chaps a bit of a bounce up. Yeah, we're all in it together. And I think from everybody, from the biggest beer reviewers in the country or even the world, you know, but you know, bouncing, if you bounce, if you mention these people and you bounce their names around, yes, some may leave you and join them, but what you're doing is you're creating a wider community. And that's where some, not you know, most of the beer reviewers I know actually on their beer reviews name other beer reviewers. And I do, and I know you do as well, but a lot of people do. And we're sharing the wealth. There's a lot of people who look at beer reviews and they're interested in the beers, but they're interested in your personality as well. Never just about the beer. One must always remember that. And they're looking at us, and it's interaction, it's community, and we're all, it's like you're a part of a beer community family. And that to me is key. And you know, the community will only get bigger if everybody joins the same pot. A lot of beer reviewers are. A lot of beer reviewers are naming other beer reviewers and getting them to join in the chat, because there are some people that are good beer reviewers. And I looked at one last night, a local beer reviewer in Grantham, Canadian bloke. You've actually told me about him.
Yeah, being native,
Yeah. And I listened to a couple of his reviews, and he's a cracking bloke. And he's sadly not getting the coverage that he needs. So I might shout out.
He's got a really unique style on it, because with him coming from Canada, he's got like, it's like an outsider coming into the UK, looking at like the UK culture. Because he was doing he'd done a review I watched a few months back, and it was one of the Aldi beers, and he was explaining like how strange it was with the you know, with the aisle in the middle that's got all the shite in the middle of, you know, where you can go and buy a pair of flip-flops and a snorkel. He was in there, and he was saying how like strange it was, and it was like, to me and you, it's just, you know, it's just that aisle that's always in Aldi, you know. But it was quite interesting to see somebody else's like take on like the UK supermarkets. But I wanted to say before the thing gets finished tonight, I'm just like, thank you for letting me come on your channel tonight, Wraggy. I think the live streams is when your channel really just took off. And at Christmas, I mean, when the Advent calendar started, that was kind of when it really just started to grow and snowball, because everyone was coming in every day to see what was in the Advent calendar, and we got to learn more about you as a person. And I just wanted to say thank you, really, mate, because your channel has been a breath of fresh air, and I've really enjoyed watching your channel over the last 12 months. So it's an honour for me to be on tonight. So I just wanted to get that out there before I forget, before the bottle takes too much over on me. But cheers again, mate.
I feel off cut there. I've got 2 more beers yet. I'll let the wife know.
You'll manage.
Tonight,
you'll manage.
But yeah, you know, and it, going back to the, and I don't know if Matt Ellis is still in the room. Matt, sound bloke. But obviously I got to 1,000 subscribers. YouTube and their limits, but I suppose they've got limits for a reason. I mean, I remember going live on 30 subscribers, and it was dead weird. All these people looking at you, and like, this is weird. You know, it's dead strange. But you know, the live advent calendars were great because I got to showcase via Adventure Beer, which is a great local. I mean, the bloke lives about half a mile away from Sherwood, and his business model is the best business model, and this needs to be replicated across the UK. In each county, you have somebody who goes to the county. Every single nano brewery, micro brewery, picks beers up. You can order beers from them, and then you get them delivered for free if you go above a certain amount of money. And I tell you what,
that's good.
He's a bloody amazing bloke. And I didn't know there were so many local breweries. And then the low-cost beer advent calendar was amazing. I mean, apart from the partisan beers, which I'm not really keen on, red wine barrel beers. But for me, it's a discovery. It's like, and you've got the likes of Adam from Mersey Beers and you, who know a lot more about beers than I really do, personally. And
you're giving yourself a disservice there, mate. I mean, I don't profess to know a lot. I think for me, like, having Untapped is a blessing because it's kind of like my Bible in terms of remembering what I've had. I've got the shitest memory on the planet, but that app on your phone, it's pretty much got every single beer in. And if it's not on there, you can add it yourself. And you put your little score, you remind yourself where you've had it. And then it's that thing. So when I go in the supermarket, you can scan the barcode and I can go, oh no, I've already got that one. I've already had it. And if I was lost without that app, but it's just that, it's that thing that just kind of, it reminds you. So like tonight, for instance, I would have struggled to have remembered what Castle Rock beers I'd had if it wasn't for Untapped. You know, it is really good. Travelling Brews, I just noticed before on the comments, he said he was looking forward to my Friday challenge. Yes, it will be Dragon Soup again this week. So yeah. So for those that don't know, I'm sorry, I'm putting an advert in. So for those that don't watch my channel normally, every Friday I do a thing called Friday Challenge where people write in the comments and tell me what they want me to drink, and I am literally up for anything, as yesterday proved.
Yeah, that was some bit. Good evening, Rasco. How are you, matey? Is it Disco or Rasco? Someone's put Disco and someone's put Rasco. Disco. Yeah. Go Ted, you got it wrong. It's Disco. And it was a good chat on Mr. Craig Kent Beer Reviews live feed last night. 1:30 in the morning I came off that. I had to kill it off because I needed to go to bed. I was up at 7 to go working. Yeah. As for the live beer reviews, and we will get to the review element. I do apologise, everyone, but this was always going to be, oh, my bum's aching on these chairs. It was always going to be a longer thing because, you know, this is a live collab. I've never done a live collab one-on-one, not on my own channel at least. And it's quite nerve-wracking. I was pooing myself beforehand, shall we say. Try not to be swearing. But, you know, I moved that glass up. Can't read properly. Can't see the screen. The live reviews, I was watching. Obviously, when you're doing live reviews, you're watching the comments on the screen or on the phone even. And all of a sudden, it's like Boolman's beer reviews, Mersey beer reviews. I think Slurpee was beer reviews at one stage.
Yep.
And Bushy's Brewery. And then it was Kent beer reviews. And I'm looking and thinking, wow. And, it doesn't matter to me that I've got X amount of subscribers because I didn't really know anybody. I didn't particularly take notice of anybody, not being ignorant because I was going through a lot of my own stuff. And I'm looking, it's like, Jesus, there's other beer reviewers watching my reviews, and it's like, oh, shit. Am I saying this? Am I reviewing this beer wrong? Am I doing a crap job? Am I getting the beer, And I tell you what, you're there and you're looking and thinking, bloody hell, I need to up my game because these people are watching me, and these are actual beer reviewers, and I'm just some bloke from Nottingham who thinks he's a beer reviewer. And
No, you're doing a cracking job, mate.
Here we go. This is funny.
Doing a cracking
How
job.
many red cards do you get in a season, Wraggy? Yeah, I'm like Roy Keane. Yeah. I tell you what, when he played for Forest, we were well. Yeah, it's a pity he left. He did crap as a manager though when he came back. I think he twatted somebody in the. He didn't like somebody in the changing room, and he hit somebody, and that's when both him and Martin O'Neill had to leave. Yeah.
I've just seen Wayne Waz's comment that he's opened Seven Brothers peanut butter on a Jaffa cake, and it's just reminding me today. In the pub today, the landlords bought a bottle of peanut butter flavoured whiskey, and I've never heard of a flavoured whiskey before. Have you heard of one, Wraggy? Just out of interest.
No, not just your standard.
I'm wondering. Yeah, I'm wondering if this is going to be the new thing because we've had the vodkas and the gins. I'm wondering if flavoured whiskies is going to be the next thing.
I think so.
That's one maybe to keep your eye on.
I think it's the evolution as we go forward. In 2015, when I left Sainsbury's, gins were just basically standard gins. You had a slow gin. I did mention this last night, but on something or on my own. But you had a slow gin, and then they brought out a gin with a bit of flavour, and then it just exploded.
Yeah.
When I went to 2019, is that the Ninkazi review? Yeah, just put that on. There you go. It must have been Ninkazi. When I went to Minorca and the amount of flavoured gins, and then you knew all gin is a basic spirit with a bit of flavour. Same as vodka, same as rum, really. So spirit, vodka rather, is the next evolution. These flavoured whiskies are going to be the thing, I think going forward.
We'll see, yeah. We will see.
So I think we'll get to the review element. We're 45 minutes in. From nearly. Got to this now. Now, for everybody in the background, if anybody drinks wine, letting the air get to your beer or wine is key. Same with spirits. Air makes a difference. Temperature makes a difference. Trust me, it really, really does. Neon black pour, dark tan head. Look at that, beautiful colour. Legs on it. Boolman's got the best glass by a distance.
It's Medea glass.
Is it? That's a posh glass, that is.
It's I like the Teku glass. It's my favourite, probably my favourite shape of glass. It's good for the stouts and with the way it goes out on the top, it's good for sticking my big fat nose in to get the aromas. Oh, it's still lovely. I'm feeling a lot of heat in my mouth now, Wraggy. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it's
really warm. My mouth's really warm now.
It is. And I'm definitely getting nuts now. Don't know why I'm getting nuts. You're not getting nuts?
No. I think you're the one who's nuts.
Now you see, when I worked on the Arboretum, if I'd have turned around with that comment, I've had nuts in my mouth. That would have been wrong. So I'm not going to go any further.
Oh, here we go, the Arboretum.
But yeah, it's a classic. It really is a classic. And I do hope that the good people from Castle Rock Brewery, not just Paul, and hopefully Damien from Emporers Brewery are watching. Lovely beer, matey. And can't wait for you to do an Interstellar Galactic Woman Raisin. Please make it for October's beer festival, or even August Nottingham Craft Beer Festival. Please make it. I'm doing a live review. I don't care who's around because it's one of my favourites. So I'm struggling to get the vanilla now. I get the boozy, I get the warm.
Yeah.
The rum.
Yeah, the rum is really dominating now. It's the rum barrel has really taken over, and I'm actually getting a little bit of like a woody flavour as well off the barrel now.
Do you find sometimes when you close your eyes and really focus, it's like when you're in a pub. When you're in a pub setting, you just neck it, and you're not in review mode. You're in necking. But when you actually,
I'm not shutting my eyes. I don't know what you're going to do to me.
But when you shut your eyes and you take that taste in, and it really accentuates the flavour for me. It's like your brain's focused on just taste rather than anything else, environment and that, like the salty nuts. Let me put that one on. Wraggy with his nuts again. I can't help it what I say. What I can say is, would I buy this again? Oh yes, at 10 quid, definitely. It's a good treat.
Yes.
Here.
Yes.
You've not tasted it yet, Paul. Oh, it's nice, mate. Yeah, I've enjoyed it. Enjoyed it totally. Yeah. I mean, I'd love to try the woman raisin one. They did liquid light one. I would, honestly, without a shadow of a doubt. But yeah, very rum at the front. So 7 Brothers with the Pilsner for MND Roth. Rhinos player.
Yeah, Rob Burrow used to play for Leeds Rhinos. He's got motor neurons, Wraggy.
Have they? That's it.
Yeah.
So, I think we're near the end of the review. We've both got just about nil left.
Yeah, I slowed down for you. Let the old man catch up.
Yeah. I look old, yeah. Tell you what, don't ever get
you're only a couple of years on this.
Eh?
So, well, mine all fell out with it, mate.
It's the grey. It makes you look a lot old. There's loads of chat in the background. I'll show a couple up because it's nice to show a couple of people up.
Yeah, totally agree, Michael.
So, it's been a great review. Now for the actual review element. I'll give mine a little bit of a review and I'll let Greg do it because Greg is very different to me. He's probably a bit more harsher than I am. I try to be, what's the word? Nice, I suppose, but constructively nice. Unless it's Ninkazi, and that I just couldn't do it. That beer just broke my normal cycle. But we won't go down that route. This is a different beer. So tonight, I really enjoyed this beer. £10 for the beer. It's an investment. Yes, it is an investment. And for people who can't afford expensive beers, it may be too much for a lot of people. Yeah, I understand that. I truly understand that. I come from a background where, it's tough getting the money to buy this. It definitely was a treat. But a dark beer, black beer, tan head, on the nose rum. I've never got the red currant, to be fair. I got rum, vanilla. I got vanilla on the nose, rum all the way through. And to me, a lovely stout that you need to take your time on. Do not rush. Take your time. Enjoy. That's what these great beers are about. You can drink 3 pints of something normal in the time you can drink this. So what those 3 pints would cost you the same as this. Think about that. Would I drink it again? Yes. Out of 5. For me, obviously, I do out of 5s on mine. For me, I give it a good 5.55 out of 5. Yes, a great brew. Thank you, Castle Rock. Thank you, Emperor's Brewery. Loved it. And I can't wait for the next one. Right, now to Greg.
So I thought I think this is a cracking beer. When I started to drink it, I got a very slick mouthfeel. On the nose, I was getting mainly rum. There is a touch of vanilla in there, and like Wraggy said, I got a red currant. But in the flavour, the rum and the barrel dominates. There is, for me, there is a touch of vanilla just on the back end. As the drink develops, a warm feeling comes in the mouth. This is a cracking beer to savour. One that I am really, really pleased to try. I'll be putting this on Untapped as a 4.5.
Wow.
Right.
Beer and buildings.
So there you go. And the thing is, when I do my reviews on Untapped, so just so that people's got like an idea, like if I give a score like a 3, then I would. It's a drink that I've enjoyed. If I give it a 3.5, I'd kind of like buy it again. So this is a very good score for kind of how I would score my beers. So yeah, very good beer.
And that's it. That what people have to remember. So people in the background, not the people who know both of us, because a lot of the people in the chat know both of us, but people in the background who are flitting in and people in the future, all beer reviewers are very different in what they. Exactly. Yeah. I'll just comment that, show that. Yeah, we both thought it was a great beer, and that's the main thing. And that's the good thing about doing collab beer review. We're not sensationalists. We're both beer lovers who love the beer. It's all about the beer. It's not about making sensation. I see, sadly, on the internet, I see a lot of sensationalism. And it's not about that. It's about if the beer's good. If the beer's bad, fair play. If the beer's bad, then you're all going to get roasted. You can't be releasing bad beers. Surely people need to check their beers. Not naming any supermarket, but Aldi. But yeah, your beers were shocking. And thank you everybody tonight for coming and watching both of us, taking an hour of your precious time. And for me, my heart goes out to Greg, because thank you massively to Greg from Boolman's Beer Reviews to joining.
The honour's all mine, mate.
No. Not taking that. But there's a mutual admiration between all the beer reviewers, and this is what community is about, and community around the UK. And it's not just about local people. Cheers, Craig. It's not just about local people doing local beers. We're doing all beers from all over, and there's a consistency in beer reviews, and that's what it's worth. Look, sometimes there's an inconsistency, and that needs stamping out. Good beers are good, bad beers are bad. Those are good. And right, need to kill this beer review off, and I'm coming back with another North Star 1 versus North Star 2. Oh yeah, I'm a sucker for punishment.
And I'll be in the comments for the next one. I'm still here. I'll be in the comments for the next one.
Right. Thank you, everybody. It's been a great night. Thank you, Paul, Matt Ellis, and every single person who's been in the chat tonight, and everybody in the background. This is what beer reviewing is about. Chat, interaction, the beer, and more. Cheers, all. Right, I'm going to kill this off back in about so many minutes with another beer review. Cheers, everyone.
On to the next